Welcome to another episode of your learning journey as we talk about customer experience.
What is the difference between customer service and customer experience? Great question. And to be frank, the answer is pretty simple. But let's break it down so we truly understand where the nuances lie. And we're gonna do it from right here at my home and in my garage in Boca Raton, Florida, on this week's episode of The Loyalty Loop. Why are we in my garage? Because we need a new garage door. And we're gonna use my search for a new garage door to break down the difference between customer service and customer experience. You see, a few years ago, we traded in the winter storms of Boston for the hurricanes in South Florida. And as a result, we need a new garage door because the current garage door is not hurricane safe. Actually, I think they call it hurricane rated, but I don't know anything about garage doors. So who am I gonna call? Let me show you who I'm gonna call. You gotta come inside though to see that. So come on inside. There you go, can you see it? Can you see that? Yeah, let me explain. You see, we bought this house about a year ago, and on the back of the garage door is this sticker. Garage door tune-up, $39.95, the doorman. They give you the phone number and it says sales and service. Now, I don't call the phone number immediately, that's not how I buy, but what I do is I pop open my phone and I search for the doorman in Boca Raton, and boom, there you go. I get their website. Now, I click on their website just to check it out, and it looks, pretty good, and I'm looking for hurricane door. So I click on the very first mention of hurricane garage door. Oh no, page not found. What a bummer, but I hit the back button on my browser and I surf a little more and I read some of the testimonials, and they look good, right? Yeah, these are good testimonials. But no one posts a bad testimonial on their website. Ding. So I hit the back button again, I go to Google and I check out the customer reviews on Google, and it looks pretty good. 4.5 out of 5 stars, that's pretty good. Read the lowest rated reviews, and you know what, look, everybody has a couple of bad reviews, and it looks like these owners are very responsive with their Google reviews. They seem to have responded to every single bad experience. So I go back to the website here and I find the contact us link and I fill out the form. Ugh, I hate forms on your phone. They're so, and boom, I submit it. And I wait. Now, everything you have witnessed so far is part of the customer experience. You see, an experience is an event or occurrence that leaves an impression or not. So, those little emojis that are popping up as I go through my consumer journey, those little micro moments are the impressions I get from the customer experience. So to be clear, the customer experience is a series of events or occurrences that leave an impression on someone or not. Now, I just submitted that form. So I go to my email and I check for like a confirmation or something, and nothing. No. You see, I'm even wondering if I submitted the form correctly. There's no confirmation. You see what I mean about the impression I'm getting? All right, now let's fast forward just a couple of hours, okay? Yes, I got an email from these guys. Let me read it for you. Hello! Give me the size, either a 16 by 7 or a 9 by 7. I can price insulated or not insulated. If price is good for you, we can come out. Thanks, Keith, the doorman. See, that's the impression I get because it's legitimately written in all caps. He is yelling at me. The doorman is screaming at me. Yeah, sad face. You see, this isn't the kind of response I was expecting. Keith assumes I know what insulated and non-insulated are. I mean, I have no idea even what he's talking about in this email. But this email is part of your customer service. You see, customer service is interpersonal advice or assistance given to someone during and after the sale of a product or a service. Make sense? And now I have to apologize because I forgot to shoot some video when the doorman actually did come to my house to talk to me and give me an estimate. So we're gonna use some file footage. The guy who showed up, his name was Jim. He was really nice. He is the doorman, or one of the doormen. He gave me this catalog, gave me a business card in case I wanted to contact him, and he started to fill out an estimate. And as soon as he left, I felt pretty happy, actually. Now that visit from Jim fits perfectly into our definition of customer service. The key here is the word interpersonal. It's one-on-one communication. Now here's where I want to explain the nuanced difference. You see, Jim does send me an email a few hours after he meets with me at my house, and that is part of the customer experience. But the contents of that email, and even the 2 quotes he attaches, those are part of his customer service. You see, customer service is part of an entire customer experience, but it is not the same thing as a customer experience. Now, before I tell you what I'm gonna do with my garage door, here's a suggestion for you. Take a few minutes to think about your customer or client or prospect's customer experience. In fact, get in their shoes and walk through the steps they take and the interactions they have with your brand. Now attach an emoji to each of those experiences. What is the impression your audience, your customers, your clients, and your prospects are getting from each of those touch points? Basically, at the end of the day, do you see more smiley faces than frowny faces, or thinking faces, or confused faces, or angry faces? What does your customer experience say about you, your company, and even the service you deliver? And let me ask you this, how does this video make you feel? Just drop an emoji below so I know where this video fits in your customer experience with me and my brand. I sure hope it's a happy face. See you next week on another very, very special episode of The Loyalty Loop from Boston, Massachusetts. In the meantime, I think I'm going to go and search for a couple of more garage door vendors, because overall, my customer experience with these guys hasn't been great. It's leaving me frowny faced or confused or something. So have a great day, and I'll see you next time in my Loyalty Loop.
Now that we know the difference between customer service and customer experience, how can we contribute as a customer service representative? Let's consider key factors impacting customer experience. Learn and demonstrate these behaviors and skills by the end of this session. First, customer demand. Why is it so important to capture the demand from our customers' words? It helps you get a better perspective of what they're calling about instead of just relying on your own understanding to what the customer wants. A lot of times we make that mistake by thinking that the first thing our customer shared is the real reason why they're calling. This may or may not be the case. It differs for each customer. Thus, it is necessary for our consultants or associates like you to take time and probe in identifying the customer's demand. Customer demand is defined as the reason why the customer called. In order to identify the customer's demand, there are 2 things that you need to bear in mind. 1. Active listening. You need to recognize the details bases your customer statements. Number 2, show interests. Make it a habit to establish a consultative tone in order to build trust in having a stronger connection that will lead you in identifying the customer's demand. Next is identify what matters. What does the customer want to accomplish? When does the customer want it done? How does the customer want it accomplished? Evaluate the details shared by our customers. If we manage to capture data and answer these questions aligned to customers' unstated personal need, then we are ready to assess our capability to resolve. Effective probing or asking the right questions will help us identify what matters to our customers. Another key factor is obtain the end result or your capability to resolve. How well do we respond to our customers? Do we resolve their demand? Do we wait for our processes, policies, or systems before we deliver the solution? Do we transfer the call? What does this insight mean to us? Your goal is to understand and provide resolution. Our goal is to influence our customers' trust and loyalty by making them believe that we resolved the reason for their call today. Even if we are unable to fully provide their needs, we can condition their mindsets that we led them to the right department as we connect the call, or as we ask them to call back, or wait for additional processes to complete as required by the system. You have the power to resolve customers' issues through positive and effective positioning. I'd like to share 3 simple steps to effective positioning. First, set expectations. Inform how long the process will take and for the resolution to take effect. Second, explain the process. Be transparent. Explain the real costs of the problem. Third, educate the customer. Enumerate the benefits of the resolution you provided. The final factor is constraints. We are sometimes so process-driven, policy-adherent, or system-dependent that we forget that these same processes, policies, and systems stop us from answering the customer's demand. These same policies drive us to come up with workarounds which may be viable solutions for the meantime, but are detrimental and costly in the long run. Understanding these constraints will give us an opportunity to better the system in order to deliver the customer's demands and what matters to them. The time has come to unleash your 007 instincts. Yes, I'm now turning you over to your facilitators to listen to a call and identify if all 4 factors we discussed were demonstrated. Soon as you master becoming a 007 agent, then you are also ready to take the role as TechM's 2021 Customer Service Agent. Another factor impacting customer experience is understanding customer journey. Can you remember Drew Davis from Loyalty Loop, the one that we saw in this video outset? What he went through with the doorman from start to finish is a customer journey. Let's use it to our advantage if we'd like to always leave a satisfying customer experience. So how can we make it happen? Let's start with identifying our customers. Profiling your customers as you answer the call will help you determine effective strategies in understanding customer journey, leading to customer experience. You will encounter these customers as you join them in their journey, as you learn various processes which results to delivering excellent customer service. Be customer-centric, understanding them and by not considering them as numbers or just another customer interaction. Instead, treat them as expected, the most valuable piece in our field. Without them, we're off somewhere wondering. Meet Dame, the happy customer. Happy customers have high energy, sometimes high-pitched in terms of delivery. They're enthusiastic, they're buoyant, sometimes loud. They have a strong sense of wanting to share their happiness. They seek acknowledgement of their mood. Communication style for happy customers should match their mood. We should also match the customer's energy and enthusiasm. We always need to make sure that we mean what we say. Acknowledge their happiness. Respond appropriately to the reason for their happiness. My personal favorite, Thea, the ignorant customer. Ignorant customer sounds confused. They are afraid of losing face. They sometimes ask silly questions, uses incorrect terms and unclear descriptions, may or may not declare their confusion and lack of basic understanding of the product. They normally resist troubleshooting because they are afraid of what will happen as a result. For ignorant customers like Thea, we need to go step by step, one at a time. Use vivid descriptions, similes, and comparisons. Avoid technical jargons. Use partnership phrases, and effective customer service concepts to apply will be educative, exhibit patience, say things to build confidence, and ask open questions. Respond appropriately. Everyone's favorite, Ollie, the angry customer. They refuse to listen to anything that you say. Ollie might clearly exhibit that he has been treated unfairly. He is focused on delivering his piece. May be abusive, may also shout, and he normally breathes hard. For angry customers, we should not interrupt mid-sentence. Use assertive communication. Listen actively. Do not start explaining the whys and the wherefores until the customer has made their point. Be patient and use diplomacy. Use a service number where necessary. Manage customer expectations by asking questions effectively and economically. Use selective agreement as well, if necessary, but making sure that you address the human needs first. Meet Kara, the frustrated customer. Frustrated customers will refuse to see your point of view because they are so sure that their point is more valid. There is usually an underlying reason for their behavior, like fear of technology or paperwork. Sometimes sound accusatory. They also refuse to cooperate. For customers like Sarah, we need to speak assertively, speak with confidence. Active listening is also important. Do not interrupt and use partnership phrases. It is also important for us to empathize and use selective agreement to acknowledge some of their statements. You might want to try changing your approach as well and convey a clear idea that you are on their side. Give them options and alternatives if possible. Let's all play our part in our customer's journey, leading to a lasting positive customer experience.